Now, an independent review into the cost of energy is being launched by the government just a few days after British Gas raised standard electricity prices by 12.5%. The Business Secretary, Greg Clark, says the report will examine how prices can be kept as low as possible while ensuring the UK still meets its climate change targets. Well, let's discuss this new review that's been launched with Tom Burke, who's chairman of E3G, Independent Climate Change Think Tank. Thanks very much for being with us. So a new review ordered. Is this a good idea, do you think? Do you welcome it?
Well, I welcome the idea of more information, but I doubt it's going to come up with anything that's very new. I mean, it's a 3-month review, and you know, Dieter Helm is a very well-informed person, but it's unlikely that he's going to be adding anything to the equation that's already there. And what we know is that if you want to both achieve your fuel poverty reduction goals, you want to achieve your climate goals, and you want to improve the efficiency of the economy, then what you most of all need to do is improve the energy efficiency of your building stock. It's the fastest, quickest, most reliable, most secure way of driving bills down, and what's more, doing it permanently so they're not at the whim of policies or wholesale prices.
Well, Professor Helm, who's running this review, says it will be independent, it will sort out the facts from the myths about the cost of energy.
I'm always troubled by somebody who comes up with the line facts and myths. It tends to mean they want you to use their facts, not your facts. And we saw with Howard Davies and the Airport Commission, we've seen with HS2, it's very difficult to do that, and especially difficult to do that in 3 months. These are highly contested areas. There's an awful lot of opinion. There are very many different judgments about what the facts mean. And that's what matters to consumers. It's not what the facts are, it's what do they mean for people in their daily lives.
So do you think there's a link between the announcement of this review and the very controversial price hike we had from British Gas, putting up electricity prices by 12.5%?
Yeah, I think there is a link in the sense that there's a blame game. The industry wants to blame the government and government wants to blame the industry. And the reality is they're both at fault. The fact is that the utilities have not passed on the full benefit of falling energy prices, and government has failed to implement its building regulations as effectively as it could. There's about maybe conservatively 25% more savings we could get about in our energy demand through efficient, proper use of the building stock and seeing it as infrastructure and investing it as if it were infrastructure. We could get those savings that would drive down bills permanently. It would also improve the overall efficiency of the economy, as well as meeting our climate targets.
And we heard quite a lot during the election about the promise to have a price cap on energy. What happened to that?
well, it was interesting to hear that the government has suddenly adopted an Ed Miliband policy that they roundly rubbished. And I think in both cases it was probably an attempt to manage the headlines rather than really change the outcomes. This is not going to be brought about by tinkering in the margins of price policy. This is really going to be brought about if the government decides to make this part of its infrastructure program, its industrial strategy, if you like, harnesses the energy in the cities to do this, and then drives it forward as a proper investment program.
All right, Tom Burke, many thanks for being with us. Thank you.